Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today, we're installing lights. Stay tuned. As you already know, we're talking about lights, but not just any lights. We're talking about the ROADSHOCK Edge 4 LED light from Harbor Freight. Now, I picked up 2 sets of these lights from Harbor Freight. I wanted to test out how good a low budget light really is. So I picked up 2 of these lights and the ROADSHOCK Edge wiring harness made from Harbor Freight. In today's video, I'm going to show you the unboxing of these lights, of the wiring harness. We're going to show you the installation, and then we're going to test just how far they reach and how bright they light up the night. If you like this kind of content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe because it helps the channel out. Now, follow me for the next adventure. All right, guys, so here's the unboxing. This is the main box, the ROADSHOCK Edge 4 LED lights. This is the front, shift to the right side, and then the back side. So here on the top, you can see the dimensions. It's 3.4 inches deep and 6 inches tall when mounted on the mounting bracket. So it is 6 inches from the mounting surface to the top of the light. It's very well packaged if you haven't noticed. And now here's the light with the black lens cover on it. At first, picking this thing up, it's pretty beefy. And here you can see the four floodlights, the spotlights, the floodlights, and then the side markers. As we take out more packaging on the bottom here, you're going to see the amber cover. Mounting bracket, lastly, all the mounting bracket, mounting hardware, and the pigtail. It comes with everything you need. The instructions are very well, here's the pigtail. The instructions are very well put together. Next, we have the ROADSHOCK Edge Off-Road wiring harness for all the lights. All right, so this thing has a 40 amp relay, a 3-way switch, a 30 amp inline fuse, and is very water resistant. So now we're taking the wiring harness out. So you get everything inside the instruction manual. And what I think is really good is here you see that's the wiring diagram, the cutout for the switch. So you just trace this out, put it on your dash or whatever, and then you can trace it, cut it, and it's a perfect fit. So here's the switch. It's a pretty beefy switch. And as you can tell, this thing is beefy and it's packaged very well. So as we get it all straightened out, we'll show you how it all goes together. That's about it. We're going to end it here and then we're going to go to... If you notice the bracket, it has these 2 raised areas to kind of hold this 3/4 inch bolt in place. Unlike these where we'll go under with the wrench and we'll impact driver them down, this one, the wrench goes on top to hold it. And I'm going to use my 3/4 inch socket to go underneath. All right. Brackets mounted. Mounted nice. I think it's pretty even with the other one. Can't really tell. You can see how solid that looks with both of them mounted there. All right, let's go ahead and get this wiring harness ran and we'll start installing that. So now that we've done the unboxing and we've shown you all the wiring harness and everything, let's take a look at what this looks like in real time underneath the hood. So here you'll see how I've got this thing laid out. So here's your 40 amp relay. We'll mount this somewhere back in here. You have your negative and positive wires. These hook up to the battery. Here are my aux switches, and I'm not quite sure if I can hook this red wire directly up to this aux switch, or if I hook this wire up to my aux switch and then these to the battery, which wouldn't make sense because then I'd have direct power to the battery. So I think this red wire goes to the aux switch. This is a 12 volt DC plug if you're running that. I don't really know. It doesn't really describe anything. Here's my lights. As you can see, they're on the front. And as we come down the wiring harness, you've got two sections. You've got a short plug here. This one will plug into this light. And then this will run across the bottom and it will plug into this light. And then we come across the top here and here's the switch. So now the switch is pretty beefy. I'll take it off and I'll run these 5 wires through the hole in the firewall is where I'm gonna go through. Come around the front here. I don't know if you can see up in there, but that's where it'll come out. And I'm gonna mount the switch like right here because there's nothing behind any of this. And I can get the switch in right there with 0 issue. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I've routed everything once we're done. All right, guys, so we've got it done. It's finally installed. So, and this is the final product. So what we did was we ran the wiring harness. Back here is where I put the relay. I ran the switch across the top of the firewall and through the firewall on the driver's side. The relay, so I put that here. These are the auxiliary switch wires that come pre-installed and pre-wired in your Jeep Gladiator JL. So I hooked it up to switch number 1 and it is right here, okay? And I ran it, and I just ran it right here. Then I grounded it to the battery. I ran over the intake and down through the grill. I ran this side through this piece and I actually had to take the grill off. That wasn't too hard. And I actually have pretty good wire management here. Ran the wire for the switch down into here, and I don't know if you can see that, but I put a pool noodle piece just around it to kind of seal that up as good as I could. On the inside, I mounted the switch, made a little mistake. I cut the template for the switch just a little too big, and this is what I ended up with. It doesn't look too bad. I used a paint marker to mark it out, and then I wrapped it in tape to kind of fill the gap. So it's not terrible, but it's not the best either, but it gets the job done. It's mounted right there. It's actually not too bad when I sit in it. And yeah, and now we'll turn it on and I'll show you what it looks like. I said it was aux 1, so I hit aux 1. And I turn it on. We're running pretty good. I think it looks really good. We'll wait till later and we'll check it out to see exactly how this lights up. I'll bring the amber covers and I'll show you, so stay tuned for that. Completely in the dark. I've come out here to one of my favorite spots to film YouTube videos and camping. And so you'll see, I'll go ahead. This is just the headlights. I don't have the driving lights on. And so I will go ahead and hit the low beams. That's the low beams. And now for the high beams. This is the floodlights right now. I'm about to hit the spotlights. You can see that spot right there in the middle. That's where I have the 2 spotlights aimed. I had it a little high. I dropped them down a little bit just now. I think that's probably a good spot, but time will tell. So those are the lights. You see it significantly brightens it up. I have side markers now, and I was actually just driving down the road with the amber covers on and these floodlights on, and nobody was pissed. I think the white lights might be a little bit of a different story, but yeah, I'm really happy. And this is kind of hard to tell. So we'll go ahead and drive on out a little bit and see if you can see. I might have those spotlights aimed quite in the wrong spot. Actually, the more I look at it. But yeah. I mean, it is right in the middle of the road, so I mean, that's kind of nice. When you turn it off, I mean, that's just the headlights. Floods, headlights, and that's just the driving lights. Literally, just the driving lights. Those are the floods as we're driving. And there's this floods in the spot. See how it lights up to the side? Hopefully we don't see a Yeti. There's the other side. I mean, I have full field of view here, and those floodlights are right there. I mean, those spotlights are right there, just completely lighting up the trail in the middle of the road. I might have them a little too low. We'll see when we get out on the road. But yeah, that's it. So if you like this content, you like this this type of you know, so if you like this content, you got to comment on the lights. What lights are you running? What do you think I should have done differently? Should I have went with the 6? I'm not quite sure I had enough room to go with the 6, but you know, hey, these are the 4, and these are fantastic. Honestly, maybe a second set of these up on the A-pillars would be just perfect. But I'm really happy with them. They're really good for the price. $318 for the 2 lights, and then $69 for the wiring harness, and a little bit of time. And you know, this is a really versatile set of lights that you get here. That's just the spots. There's the headlights too. Or this is the floods, sorry, just the floods. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you got anything left of your weekend, get out and enjoy it. And we'll see you next time on Jack Monkey Overland.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never